Welcome back to True Colors. Well, lady, where are you going? You seem like you were in a hurry, but whatever. Yes, Jova?
Yeah, it looked like she was doing a binoculars pose there for a bit, which was weird.
Okay, so like I said, a lot of the stuff I've done the previous part was side stuff because, again, I'm trying my best to not go through this shit super quick. I'm trying my best, damn it. Okay?
Wow, okay, yeah, again, I would say this game is good, but that good really gets put into check when you account for how much people would have had to have paid for this.
If this game was let me go back to the previous the thing is, Shira, it's one of those things where I will argue that the pricing of the game, at least in my opinion, that the pricing of the game should be based on how much content it has and how much money, of course, was spent actually making it, of course, as well as other factors, to be fair. But like those are the two primary factors most people can understand, right? Something like Tears of the Kingdom is something that where Nintendo decided to sell it for $70. Compared to we're making it the most expensive Switch game, is something that I personally find greedy, because most of the game is just reusing the same map from Breath of the Wild. Most of the character models are used. A lot of the animations are used. There's new stuff in the game, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the game is a complete copy-paste job, but a lot of it is a copy-paste job. In fact, the game was originally meant to be a DLC for Breath of the Wild that later got expanded into its own proper sequel. And not really seeing the need for $70 here, guys. It's when
You start Dust and Daylight.
Dust and Daylight, okay, what's that parroting? I feel like I've heard a similar title.
Never mind. They're playing a game and they're talking about the game. That's the basic gist of it. Anyway.
Oh, I know that. But I feel like Dust and Daylight is a parody title of an actual existing
Probably, but I can't really figure out. So here's Mac. Let's talk to him.
Mac,
Alex. Look, it's not a good time.
you owe me an explanation about what happened to Gabe.
What? Costing my girlfriend wasn't enough for you? Now you're gonna accuse me of killing Gabe
You
too?
did that yourself, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or kill Gabe.
I get it.
No, the girlfriend part.
I'm a shift and you're freaked. But you have to come clean.
Please. There's nothing I can tell you.
Mac, come on.
I don't even need to use my emotion powers to know you're lying.
He was my big brother.
Oh shit, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
I can't.
What, the big brother thing?
No, the reveal. No. In your joke, she reveals to him that she has powers.
Oh, yeah.
I could get to the truth.
Okay, so basically this is the game. So basically this is the game warning you if you want to do
Push
side.
him over the edge. What? The bridge?
Yes. So this is the game warning you right now. If you want to do side stuff, do it now, because this will start the proper bit to end episode 2.
Happened with her?
See, the game
Really
even
is kind of a...
see the game even has a bit that tells you if you want to do the side stuff, do it now. Go on, Shiri.
I mean, a lot of games have those very obvious points of no return, like, are you sure now? Like, but anyway, it's kind of a shame that there's so little to do. And maybe it was because of the pandemic and stuff, because generally this town has a nice vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
It's so vibrant, and it's like,
they're trying to
people and explore more, actually.
That's why they picked the small town in Colorado. It's kind of like South Park. Like, I'm going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time, and blah blah blah.
Thing is,
So,
despite how small the town is, they still have blatant open areas that look like you should be able to go to them, but the game's like, no, don't go there. And like, I guess the thing is, how cool would it have been to have a game with this production values, actors that sound like
did you notice?
We just cut to her sitting down.
Basically what happened was there was one bit of conversation that I forgot to do in the previous part, so I have to do it now so I can properly trigger Mac's big thing.
It's just...
So the game pretty much acts like you were sitting there the whole time, and that's why.
Yeah, the game cannot account. The developers clearly didn't expect for you to do the conversation in chunks and just do it all at once. So,
Whoopsie.
whoopsie.
What? Right after the wake.
Oh.
He wouldn't tell me why. But he just looked so guilty.
Okay, that's a bit of a red
That we were
flag.
done. And now I'm scared he did something horrible. Riley, thank you for telling me.
This might be very useful information I can use later in the game.
And by later, I mean right now.
I gotta run.
Yeah, I'm
There's some
guessing it's
stuff
one of
I
those
need
cases
to
where
do.
the more information you have, the
Okay.
more ammo you have for the final story bit, I assume.
No, this particular conversation with Riley, this is what gives Alex the information she needs to confront Mac with. Like, this
Mac
particular
tries
bit
to
is
sound
obligatory,
sketchy as
actually.
shit.
True.
I
Okay,
could use
okay.
that
Now we
to
go.
stoke his
Now we
fear.
go to. Now we go to him and do truth, lie, or
Why is
doubt.
he acting like this?
Alright, so let's get back to Mac.
I don't think he's innocent.
Well, to be fair, Alex, you don't really have information to demonstrate that he's not innocent
ma'am?
yet.
Ma'am, you're walking in place there. Do you need help stuck behind that mailbox?
Not my problem. Moving on.
I should make sure there's nothing else I want to do before I confront Mac.
As on the nose as it is, I definitely prefer a game that lets you know when you're about to go to a life-altering story sequence and might miss out on side content.
Alright, let's actually end episode 2 proper.
Alright.
What Riley told me might do it, but I should make sure there isn't anything I still want to do. around
Yes, I get it,
Pedro's.
game. You've told me that before.
I did all of the things.
I'm ready, game. Go on.
Okay, let's do this. Your ex-girlfriend told me about your plans to skip town.
Yeah, this is why we needed to talk to
That's
Riley.
something innocent people do.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's not. I didn't do anything.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Leave me alone.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Well, supposed criminal scum. We still don't know if he's
Yeah.
really a criminal for sure.
Alleged criminal scum, yeah. Oh yeah, there's the woman with, I guess, the camera who's... Oh, I'm guessing this is how Max sees the world.
Very good, Jova. Yes. Everybody's looking at him like, you know, yeah, right there. Yeah. Remember, the idea is that she's feeling his fear as well. Yeah. Oh crap! All right, and now we get a camera shot of one of Typhon's cameras and I don't get why.
Spying on people.
Before you ask
Yeah,
me, no, I have no idea why they decided to show us that in like point of view camera shot, because it doesn't. I mean, I get the idea. I get that it's meant to be. Oh, he's afraid of what Typhon might do if he speaks. Yeah, right though. There you go. See, that's all you needed. You didn't need the in-camera shot. Like, whatever.
I'm guessing it's to, like, show us that Typhon really are watching, so... Yes, Typhon knows out of that big, bad, evil corporation!
So what you're saying is, I have you.
Everyone thinks I killed him.
Okay.
They all hate me.
Haven Spring, beloved citizen killed by loser. What about here?
It's
Automated blasting to take place, blah blah.
anything wrong.
Warning sirens will soon, do not enter blast, blah 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 blah. Sure.
Okay, I know I already called that Max an obvious red herring, but I do give him
I
credit
saw
that...
Mac run down
Again,
that alley.
for as much as a bastard as the guy has been, it is good that the game doesn't, like, you know, encourage immediately, you know...
So let's see how Riley is to him.
Should have been you instead.
Charming.
Well, remember, this is not the real Riley. This is Riley in Mac's mind.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's grim, actually.
What the hell? There are people out there.
What's before deck 9? What's your deal with hanging imagery? Remember, they did the same thing before the storm in that nightmare sequence that Shiori also pointed it out because they should have had a warning for that. Serious, this is the second time deck 9 has done this.
I guess here it makes sense since that might be what Mac
I
is
know where
contemplating.
Okay, so you made a mistake. You were jealous. Typhon is pressuring you. It was about revenge. I don't think it was about revenge. I think that would be way too easy for him to be the culprit. So Typhon's forcing you to that on the call, isn't it?
What the fuck?
You're guilty too, or don't take the fall. Don't take the fall, dude.
I know you tried to stop it. They fucked up, not you. Stop lying for them.
You don't get it. This wasn't some accident. I
What?
told them you were down there, and they detonated anyway.
Why would they do that? Just wait
they're
for the
evil.
Well,
kiss.
Alex is asking, actually.
And then I get a message
Okay.
telling me to deny. there
That's
was ever
that's
a
kind of the
call.
mystery, Jova. You'll have to wait before you get that answer.
Wow,
You gotta
so
believe
it's a
me.
company-wide conspiracy.
Gabe and I, we didn't get along, but I didn't want him dead. And now Typhon's watching me.
And
Yeah, just
then a
because
stri-
someone's a dick doesn't make them a killer, you know?
Oh no, I get that.
Ben-
That's why I've
and
been.
Ben
That's
is-
how I've been acting so far in the Gamestresses anyway. Go on.
What am I
And
supposed
then
to
a,
do?
and then a stray billet off from a rooftop shoots
I
him
think I can calm him
dead
down,
to silence
but
him.
Does he deserve it?
Yeah, I think we should. Oh.
So
Yeah,
we
I
can
think
calm
should
Mac
calm
down
down.
or walk away. Let's try
No,
to
calm him down.
let's calm him down because he's not like.
All right.
I mean, let's just be the better person in this
Calm
situation.
down, okay?
Especially since it sounds
Dude.
like he has an immensely
Stay with me.
crap situation barreling down on
I
him.
know what it's like to be doubted. To have everyone think the worst of you. But the truth will come out. I'll make sure of it.
But Typhon,
If Typhon comes after you, they're gonna have to get through me too, okay?
Not for nothing, Alex.
What
but
can you do?
yeah, exactly. I was about to say that too. Not for nothing, Alex. But
I mean,
don't make
for that
promise.
gesture.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Alex. Come on.
Like, don't, like, sure, you have powers, but damn it, girl, Daniel from Life is Strange 2 would have been a better
well,
bodyguard than
You learn
you.
a thing or two hanging
And
out
that
with Shanks
is
your whole life.
even factoring in all the problems that kid has going.
so what are you gonna do now?
Don't leave Haven. I'm gonna get to the truth.
That doesn't really answer his question, honey. He asked what you're gonna do. How are you going to get to the truth? Just like go around touching everybody with your emotional powers? Nothing? All right, we'll wing it, I guess.
We'll wing
No,
it.
she can't hear you, Jim.
It's like, given the emotional state that Mac was in, I feel like he would want more reassurance than just, I'm gonna get the
Yeah.
truth.
Can we talk? Where are you?
That said, I'll admit, this does open up to an interesting mystery. Like, a company being evil is one thing, but to blatantly do an action that would otherwise, you know, be a publicity nightmare for them that could have been this easily avoided by just delaying the blast, does make you wonder what's going on here.
Alright, so another thing we're doing is handling Ryan, because you might remember how Ryan is feeling guilty about what happened, despite, like we've said, he did the only correct thing that could have been done.
I'm guessing this is where you can potentially start the romance with him.
Yes, but I'm going for Steph's ship, because like even regardless of our tradition, I prefer Steph over Ryan anyway.
That's fair. I'm curious, actually. Does this one actually allow you to romance both
You were
of them?
No. One or the other,
About
sadly.
Typhon, About
So
Matt?
what decides that? Like, if you chose Steph.
Well, it's the same. Well, it's the same thing as in the previous games, Jova. Like, just make positive choices towards one over the other, and you'll get that ship. It's
He got
basic
the call
stuff.
And he lied about it.
I guess I just wonder what happens when you like do positive things towards
Someone-
both of them.
Well, usually being positive towards one implies denying the other. That's usually how these games work.
Okay, so there's probably going to be some things where one wants to do one thing while the other wants to do a different thing.
The only option I can think of differently is Time and Eternity, where if you get the meter in the right center, you can have a polymerase relationship with both Toki and Toa. But aside from that, I can't really think of one in particular that I've played that has a possibility for that. That being said, I do enjoy the scene between Alex and Ryan, at least.
Very much so.
It's gonna get better, you'll see. So let's well, Shirei, if you think about it, Alex is the therapist here.
Huh. I guess we are playing as a therapist.
So technically these characters are going to therapy, even if they don't know it. So there's that.
It's the perfect
kinda-
therapy.
It's
No.
well, sure. It's kind of like how Mirabelle was the family therapist of Encanto, basically.
Yeah, and like that didn't go well for her for a while.
Actually, it was when she started helping her family that things eventually got better, especially with the grandma. So the main thing is that's kind of the whole point of that movie is that Mirabelle they all needed her help to get better.
I will say, on Shiroi's point, it is amazing that Mirabelle and Bruno did not turn into supervillains with how that family treated them.
I owe you that.
No, Bruno just became a hermit.
She's
Yep.
wrong.
Knowing
I put Gabe in harm's way. I'm not a hero. I'm a coward.
That's just the guilt talking, dude.
very much so.
Neither of us are
I
worthless.
know what it's like to feel worthless and helpless. But we saved Ethan. And you saved
I will
me.
give Alex this. She's a good change of pace and protagonist, and like, again, while our
Because of
previous
me.
protagonists did have their reasons, man, did they get preachy with how much of it was mainly them wallowing in the grief, the shame of their situations. Max may have been like the least on it, but even still, she had a lot of
Okay.
those "oh, woe is me" moments. Whereas
You can pick.
Alex,
You can pick three options: forgive yourself, Gabe would forgive you, or I forgive you. I decided to go with I forgive you because obviously Alex would be the best person to tell him this right now.
I like that one too, yeah. But yeah, maybe it's due to the nature of this, but I do like how Alex is definitely the most take action of the protagonists we've gotten. Like, she grieves, she cries, yes.
She
but
actually
she
has
doesn't
agency.
Yeah, and she doesn't just whinge and moan about how unfair life is and get like practically nothing done until the plot finds her.
It's like I said, I love Alex. I just wish they would have put her in a better game.
I think I can say that for a lot of these characters, honestly.
No, he chases a
Like
guy
the foundation, is
That guy
even there. It
put
just
him into the
needed
pool.
something
I'm
stronger
sorry.
holding it
This
up.
is a Mexican restaurant?
Like heck, even Mac, who is a piece of crap when we first meet him, does have potential as a good character. He's a very flawed guy who definitely has issues, but the more we peel away at his layers, the more we realize that maybe he's not so bad. Just, well, okay, he's bad, but he's not as bad as some people would like to believe.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Basically, they were telling each other like, what that cloud looks like this, that cloud looks like that.
Mac.
Basically.
About him getting the call. How did you know?
Oh,
Oh crap! I didn't really think this through, did I?
I read his mind. Oh wait, that one. I'll just get put in the thing.
There's something you should know about me. And it's gonna be easier to show you than to explain it.
did Brian's hair change color, or maybe that's just the light?
Yeah. Like
Sort
for
of
some reason, the lighting makes
He
it.
looks like a blonde all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Do you trust me?
I was like,
And now
wait,
change it
did I just
again,
not
see?
noticed?
See? Like, couldn't you make the hair look consistent between shots? Was it really that hard?
It's also weird because his hair too looks like it takes on a different texture for that shot
Think of
too.
something
Yeah.
that just scares the shit out of you. Really focus.
Like, you know,
Until you feel it.
I hate to say it, it harkens me back to the good old days of the remaster of Life is Strange, though. Do give it credit. Like, this was just like a once moment there, whereas in Life is Strange, the remaster.
it's back again.
Oh, God, it happened again!
Every time we switch to this side of the camera, like, what the
My
hell?
power is that I make you blonde.
Mac. Typhon. All of it. You're afraid you won't know how to handle it without Gabe.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say this, but Ryan is Jed's son,
So good at getting into and
the
out.
the barkeeper.
Interesting.
Man, this one time.
Oh, and now he's turning to yellow. The sacred
Okay,
joy.
To help.
And now
But I think I'll
it
pass on the
looks like he's
kisses.
turning into a superhero.
Dwebs,
I was
we
gonna
already,
say, it looks like he's turning into Jesus.
like I said, remember Dwebs, inside out logic. Yellow means happy.
So I'm guessing the idea is like when somebody's yellow, we don't
We're
need
going
to help
send him off
them.
right this time.
Well, not necessarily. You'll see. Thanks to everyone who showed up today. Thanks to
Ah.
everyone blah, blah, blah. Sounds like a fun idea. Actually, I have an idea. Can we all meet at the bridge at 9 p.m.? Basically, we're going to do a Tangled style lantern ceremony for Gabe. Basically.
It could actually be interesting if there is a scenario where someone's in yellow, but you still have to help them for some reason.
Okay, so now Alex is going to prove her power by
Keep going.
once again sharing his happiness and shit like that. Hold on. Basically, we're just demonstrating to Ryan that we have this power right now.
I am the magical
What
therapist
emotion is
sent from
this?
on high.
Well, Alex, I'm assuming it's happiness, considering it, I think it's pretty obvious, even I can tell. I don't need to
He's
be an empath.
giggling and all that. Yeah, like, I mean... Okay, that one sounded like he was a bit high, but perhaps he's just high on life. Does this really
I think
prove
they
you
are
have,
higher on life.
Must be a good
does
memory.
this truly prove you have powers though? Like just chillaxing with the guy?
Oh no! Remember, now she's seeing the
right,
inside of
see what
it.
he sees.
Now she's seeing what he's seeing, so he can see things that only he knows. And there you go, Gabe Goose. There you go. Once again, just pick all the free bits, and then the game will move on.
She also described his exact thoughts to him as well. This is just like to reinforce things, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How deep you think?
Deeper than that. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police can spot a goose grave at 100 paces.
The Mounties?
He's having happy memories about them
come on,
running
man.
the goose over and having to bury it.
Sorry.
Apparently,
How long were
I
you gonna let
don't.
me dig?
Happy days! This is the happiest
No,
memory
no, no,
I
no,
have.
no, no. Okay, okay. To be fair, I don't think the shovel thing has to do with the goose. I think it's something different.
Yeah, they mentioned a goose grave.
They
and
mentioned
then,
a
like,
goose grave.
Did they?
And given
Yeah.
the fact that when we highlighted the goose, we hear them
That's a lot of
swerving and
Oh.
everything.
This is serious. Killing a Canadian goose is a violation of international law.
What, as opposed to any other kind
It's
of
not.
goose.
They're Canadian geese, Gabe.
So I'm guessing they had a laugh about running over a
Oh.
goose accidentally and then
Oh,
burying
oh.
it.
The
So-
crown, Gabe.
So don't go to any other
What do we do?
Commonwealth country, mate, or you'll be in trouble.
So,
Arrested for killing a goose in a Commonwealth country.
Okay, maybe that's why he's laughing about it, just the absurdity of
Well,
it.
it's still less laughable.
Maybe it was.
Go on. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say maybe it's because it probably freaked them out at the time, but thinking back at it, it was probably just like the weirdest thing you could think of and laugh, you know?
So basically,
That's fair.
she just described to him about the whole. I know about the goose, which proves that I'm basically some kind of superhero or some kind of freak. So I picked the freak thing.
I'm reporting you now to the
There's
Goose Police.
something wrong with the way I process other people's emotions. I see these auras, I guess. And sometimes, if somebody's feeling
You know, how
something-
much you want to bet that by Life is Strange 4 there's going to be a revelation that there was actually a meteor event that gave all these random people superpowers, and that's why these crazy kids have these abilities.
So basically, Joe,
that's what you just
so hang
did
on.
with-
There's this. There's
with
Life
me?
is Strange 2. There's Before the Storm. But then there's this. 4 games. The
Nothing wrong
meteor.
with you.
Wait, is this a weird alternate universe Fantastic Four or something?
It's only ever been
Just,
for
it's
bad
just,
emotions
it's just a
before.
shame that they didn't get hit. by
Okay,
cosmic
I'm
rays.
also going to say, yeah, this is apparently her first time experiencing pure joy from a person. I'm like, really?
Really?
I get, okay, Alex, I get that you've been in an orphanage most of your life, but so obviously you didn't exactly have a happy life up until this point. I get that, but at the same time, you honestly telling me that you've never met anybody happy up until this point?
And that's how I know.
I don't know. I kind of find that hard to believe.
He reported Gabe's call, and they ignored it.
Remind me, this is the first time we see the yellow aura in-game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess to give him credit, that's consistent. But I do agree that I have to tilt my head at the idea that she
Someone made the decision
never
to let the boss
experienced
off.
somebody with joy before, like, at all.
Seems like finding out who would be a good start.
So, you're going after Typhon.
But first, I need to solve the mystery of your hair changing color and texture like that. Seriously. Like,
You'll need help.
when his hair turns blonde, it looks like it's got so much gloss in it that it literally
Yeah.
becomes
You
shiny.
don't have to.
I genuinely have to wonder if if it's some kind of graphical bug. But again, you'd think the patches would have fixed this, but I guess not.
Okay, then.
Ah, keeping it platonic with the handshake.
Yeah, that's another one. Like you can choose to either hug him or shake his hand, which again can vouch towards this ship. But again, I'm going for the staff ship. So
You're a loose cannon, Jen.
I guess it is nice
Get
that,
results.
assuming you didn't tell Gabe, Ryan's the first one you tell your powers about. Although I will say this, one cool detail to add might have been that if you had told Gabe, Ryan reveals that Gabe sort of hinted at it to him before.
and here's the final scene of episode 2. Them doing the little lantern thing, basically, for Gabe.
Wow, already the final scene.
That's the Shiwai. Here, how about this? Let me recap this for you. If I ignored all of the side stuff, all of it, and just went specifically just for the main story, here's what episode 2 is: go to the flower shop, help Eleanor with her Alzheimer's, talk to Riley, then talk to Mac, and that's it. The rest is just most of the stuff with Riley. That's it. Gameplay-wise, that's it. Like after that, you just watch all these cutscenes back to back. That's it. That's all episode 2 is.
It's such a weird thing to do, seeing as how episode 1 does set us up with the idea that there's a lot of people to talk to in this village, but going strictly off of the main story, and I get it, you know, it's not like everyone's gonna have, like, you know, main character status and stuff, but again, compare this to Life is Strange 1, I feel like we got enough focus on all these different characters at the very least that, you know, helped the whole school town.
I didn't
It
speak
helped
this morning.
Arcadia Bay feel alive.
I couldn't.
Also, yay for more unsubtitled music.
Mm-hmm.
About the
Well, okay, to be fair, this is an instrumental track. Does it need subtitles?
I heard
There
some
were lyrics.
vocals.
Oh, there-
like,
oh, there were?
vocals.
Oh, there were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Sorry.
There aren't right now because there's, you know, stuff happening. But
If this were an instrumental, I'd be saying to Shuri, that's a bit of a weird complaint.
But
yes,
no, it
I
was-
want the music notes on screen.
Do, re,
I
mi.
can't read sheet music, but damn it, you put them there.
at home isn't something you
Rule! Inclusivity.
find, it's something you build.
Yeah, they're the
They could do something like what anime subs usually do, which is they have the speaking subtitles in the bottom and the song subtitles in the top.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Wonder why they don't.
I love you, Gabe.
It's not even like this is a licensed song, as far as I know. Since that's usually the dumb reason we don't get subtitles.
So there you go, everybody. That was episode 2.
Wow. That would have been one part actually if you did just do the story stuff, and even then it would have been an incredibly short part.
Believe it or not, Sheila, episode that's the thing, Sheila, like episode 4 is also just as short.
And look at that. Everyone feels joy. No hints of sadness or fear at this point whatsoever. No, everyone feels joy at this.
Well, to be fair, like they're happy because they're happy to pay homage to Gabe. I guess that's the idea. However, Diana is consumed with fear for some reason. And allow me to remind you, Diana works for Typhon. So, I guess we'll have to play episode 3 to figure that out. But for now,
mind you, I'm not so much raising a fuss about them all feeling joy. It's just, again, it really pokes a hole in the idea that Alex never experienced anyone else with joy before.
yeah. So that's it. That's episode 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're just running through this game, aren't we? Good job.
I think the sad thing is,
I don't know. I'm enjoying this more than the last game. The last game dragged like us.
Well, yeah, it does. But again, wouldn't it be good to have a middle ground between the two extremes?
I do agree that, again, this is a good story, but it does feel like there could be more meat added to it. Like, again, look. If it was going to be the short, at the very least, I feel it should have been priced better for it. Like, if this were, say, a $35 or, heck, maybe even a $40 game, at the very least, that would have made it so that collectively this costs less. Wait, no, never mind. The previous games were still like 20 or 25, but still, like, at least 35 or 40 would have been like, it's not full price and, better quality and stuff, so we get it. But man, $60, the full package price is always going to be one of the toughest sells to make.
Yeah, basically. That being said, good news. Episode 3 is where, in my opinion, the game peaks. In fact, it's the longest of the 5 episodes. So, the LARP episode in particular. So,
cool.
So tune in for that.
All right, see you then.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.